Okay, today I will teach how to debug SLANT locally. Okay, so first, you can go to the SLANT website. Okay, after you go to the SLANT website, you will see the installation. So this is how to pull the Docker image and how to run the SLANT. Okay, but now the issue is that if we want to do the secondary development or debug the Docker, some students does not have such experience. So this video will tell you how to debug and do the secondary development for SLANT. Okay, first let's get the image. You can follow the instruction here to install the Docker. You need to install Docker and NVIDIA Docker. Then you are able to use the SLANT. So here, let's pull the image. Okay, so let's pull one image here. Those other tabs. Okay, to make it clear, let's open one. Use sudo, use your password. Now, since I've already downloaded before, it's up to date. Then we need to do something. So here in the local computer, I create an empty folder called debug. Then I call it input directory, output directory. Okay. Then I follow the SLANT instruction. So I copy this one. Okay, go back to the terminal. Set up the input directory. Input directory equals to this. Okay, so then debug the input directory. Same thing, I have output directory. So this folder will map the SLANT from the local computer to your Docker. Okay, now you have these two. And then what you can do is that you can use this command, but without the last bash file. Okay, because the command here, the purpose is to run the bash file. So you can copy it here. Okay, now you are basically go to the Docker. You see the pound here. So Docker means a mini virtual machine. So here you can see an input folder. You can see here, I name the input directory in my local machine to the input, the capital inputs in the Docker. So this is the dash. So now you have the inputs. Since you don't have anything, so it's empty. So let's actually download the file here. So let's exit the Docker first. Let's download the file using the command. Oh, okay. So then let's re-image the Docker again. This time, if you go to inputs, you should be able to see this guy. Okay. And remember, in the complete Docker command, you see this guy. Okay. And now, if you go to extra, so extra folder is the folder where I save or use for binary files. So if you go to extra, you will see Matlab folder, Python folder, a lot of binary folder, etc., etc. And you can see run deep branch segmentation here. And if we look at what's going on in this file, it's nothing mysterious. It's just first run the binary file called, let's go up. Okay, so binary file called pre-processing. Then we run a Python part, which is a deep learning part, then do the post-processing. So the pre-processing and the post-processing are done in Matlab. So that's why we first need to convert the Matlab code to binary, but that's the latest, okay? So basically now you can run this bash file. So you can do bash, you can run this bash file to get exactly the same thing as you run the Docker from the command line, right? So you start the pre-processing, you do a lot of stuff, etc., etc. Now you can have the SLANT done. Okay, so this is basically the first. And since you map the input file and output file to your local computer, now you can see in the output file, you can see the intermediate results, right, from the SLANT. And you will see the complete output folder for each step here that helps you to do the debug. Okay, then people would be interested in say, how can I debug using Matlab or source code? Then the next section we will introduce how to debug using the source code. But first, I want you to let the entire Docker run for the test case. It would take like 10 minutes to 20 minutes, depends on how good your GPU is or if your CPU version, doesn't matter. So let's go to the next step. Okay, in this section, so we will see how to actually debug the things locally. Okay, now you can see you have the output input, complete output directory, right? And you have the input directory. So now we don't want to destroy it. We can save it as a backup. Okay, so in the case in the future, you can still find them. So we back up all the files. And then now we want to create an extra folder to pull all the required files from Docker image to this extra folder. And with these three folders, now we can debug any Matlab code and Python deep learning code using SLANT. Okay. To export the extra file, remember, if we go back to our Docker, what we have is this, and we don't run the last step. We copy the command and put it here. Okay, put it here, and write sudo with the password. Now you see there is an extra folder here. Okay, so what we do is that we go back, we copy the entire folder, extra. First, let's, okay, so we need to first name the extra folder. So let's exit first. How about let's rename the input folder? Okay, so let's rename the input folder. Export input directory. Remember the desktop and debug. Okay. Okay, so SLANT debug is fine. So then we have the input directory. Then we can go to this command. Okay, so let's first see what do we have in inputs. Oh, now it's SLANT debug. Okay, so what we can do is we can copy, okay, the entire extra folder from Docker to our local machine, which is inputs extra. Okay, so let's copy. And when we go to the debug folder and if we go to extra, now we will see an extra folder here. Okay, that may take a while. Okay, let's see. And you can see in the folder, you will see all the binary files and the SH file. Remember, in the last step, oh, the copy is finished. So let's first exit. Okay. And since we want to debug, we want to give the stop SLANT debug. Okay, so the extra. We want to get to the sigmoid recurrent 775 for every file. we need to have the salute. Okay, now let's see. Go to one step further. Okay, now we can cut everything into this extra folder. Let's do Sigmod 777. Okay, then let's get everything here, delete the extra. And now we can do the debug. Okay, so for example, if we want to use the extra folder here, we just need to change the things a little bit to export extra folder. Okay, so what we can do here is we can export input directory equals to desktop SLANT debug input directory, and the output directory. Yeah, how about let's make a bash file to make the things easier. Okay, so let's make a bash file here. Okay, let's go to let's just do file. Okay, save to desktop debug. We call it test SLANT. Okay, so here, let's copy this guy here. Export. So in that case, we don't need to do this every time. Okay, okay, so now let's copy the command here. Okay. Yeah, to run the default SLANT, you just need these three. But now, since we want to run the extra folder, so then we export extra. You can see the name in that folder is called extra. So then we define an extra folder, extra directory is called, let's see where is our extra folder. Okay. This is the extra folder, and now we can add one more thing here. B extra directory, this is our local directory to extra folder. After that, we will overwrite the extra folder in the Docker. So now the good thing that, remember, we run the bash here, right? And now you can see, okay, let me just delete some binary file so we don't run this. Okay, we can skip this. We can skip this. We can skip this. You can skip any step. Okay, here. Oh, this is another binary file. So now I can skip all binary files. Okay, and run the SLANT. Okay, so for example, we can save. For another test, we can see, haha, to make sure the things actually happen here. Okay, so by doing that, let's go back to the test SLANT, the extra folder we save, and then let's see what's going on. Okay, so let's go back to the terminal. Go back to the terminal. Let's see. Paste. Paste. Okay, and again, let's don't run the last one. We just run this guy. cdog probably. Oh, okay. So we need to put the order, put this guy earlier. This earlier. Okay. Oh. Then let's see. Valid degree the format. Okay, so there may be something wrong here. -b $sign. Oh, okay. Maybe that's the thing. See. Let's try invalid reference format. Okay, so this is something wrong here. Let me copy it again. Paste it here. Make sure the format is correct. Okay, so this is the debug process. Oh, okay, so this is correct. So then let me just add it here. Okay, -b $sign extra director extra. Oh, okay, so now it's great. And then let me copy this back. Copy this back to here. Okay, so that and delete the wrong one. So next time we can run the correct one. And here, let's see the extra folder. Okay, so you can see haha is here. And the good thing is that we can now change the things in real time. And you can see that in the Docker, for example, we delete haha, and now we don't see that anymore. And we can see the big bash file that we run. Now we comment everything. And if we want to comment it back, we can do that, save it. And if we cat it again, everything goes back, okay? Now, with this, you can again run bash, run run bash extra, run deep presentation. Now you can run the Docker with the full control of everything. Another good thing that now you can see all the source code, the Python code for deep learning. You can change everything here. You can change everything here, okay? Binary file, massive fusion, etc., to debug your Docker image. Okay, so this is the second step. The last step, I will show you how to debug the Matlab code from scratch. Okay, let's go to the third part to understand how to actually run the Matlab or Python code in the Docker and be able to compile the binary Matlab code and use that in the Docker. Okay. So remember, now we can run the extra folder and like this. Okay, in the extra folder. Now we can run this bash file using the command that I put it here. SLANT. Okay, so we can use this code without the lars.sh. We set up the input directory, output directory, and extra directory. And then now we can run the Docker and be able to change the things in the extra folder. In the extra folder, if we look at the default SLANT, we see 4 binary files. Those binary files are actually
obtained from MATLAB code. Okay. Now let's see how to actually run the MATLAB code locally. So we can see in the GitHub repository, there is a folder called MATLAB. So let's download all the code, okay? It should be quite fast since this GitHub only contains code. Okay, let's open the folder. Let's cut the folder here, put into the debug folder. Okay, I will probably put into the code folder and extract the folder here. And now we can just copy the entire MATLAB folder here, and now we can run the MATLAB code. Okay, so let's copy the repository. And you can see these are the 4 binary files we just saw in the extra folder. So now we can delete those since we are trying to generate no new binary files. Okay, no binary files. So we have the path, and now we can go to the directory. Okay, and we see all the files. Okay, no binary. And now I will use the pre-processing step to see how can we generate the binary file and run it. Okay, let's open this .m file. Okay, so they will use the output folder, inputs folder, extra folder, which is the 3 folder we set, and the Python folder within the conda, within the Git Docker to run the stuff. Okay. Well, you may ask, so now if I want to debug the code, how can I do that? My practice is to create, okay, a folder. I can copy paste, and I rename this as run deep learning processing copy. Okay. All right, so now we can have the copy, and we can now do anything we want. Okay. First of all, let's use, if we want to debug, right now we are in the local computer, we want to use the local file. Okay, so delete this. Okay, then and this there. Oh, I delete too much. Yeah, so I just uncomment these guys. And then now I should change the path to my local directory. I go to this folder, here, copy, paste to this folder, go to MATLAB, and the extra folder is this. This is my new extra folder. My output folder should be the output directory. R. Okay. My input directory is the input DL. Okay, so this is the setting. Now I can run the MATLAB code to do the pre-processing step. Okay, so for example, if I now in the output directory, now I have a lot of stuff, right? I can put everything into a backup folder to make sure I don't have anything within the output directory. And then now I can actually run it, right? So you can see I can run all the MATLAB code. Okay. Oh, I run the pre-processing pipeline. And then if you go back, you will see the same thing as you run the Docker in the terminal. Okay. So if you, let me see. Yeah, if you run the Docker in terminal, you will see the same thing here. And then now I just run it in MATLAB. I can see I'm doing the registration. You see, now they generate the registration files, etc., etc. Well, just do this. You don't know if it's the real preprocessing or not. So let me add some tricks, okay? Just to prove we're actually running the new file. Let me print printf here. Aha. Now I can generate files. Okay. Generate binary file. The binary Matlab files and run it. Okay. So this was not existed in the original preprocessing one, right? And after you make sure the code is correct, you make your own debug, you do your own version of code. I would recommend that you use this again because we want to try it in Docker. Okay, cool. Now the next thing is how to make the binary file. The command is quite simple. It's called MCC. Okay, so this is the Matlab binary compiler, and use -a and with the Matlab file you want to do. Okay, so we generate this. That's it. It's very simple. If you don't have MCC, you just add that toolbox as you add the other toolbox in Matlab. You can Google how to install the MCC. And after you type in very quickly, you will see a binary file in the Matlab code. Beautiful. Okay, so this is the binary file. And then now we can copy the binary file to the extra and actually be able to run the binary file. Okay, so now let's see. Let's go to terminal. Yeah, let's open a new terminal, see. And copy paste this setup. Okay, copy, paste, and go to the interactive model. Again, run-it means interactive model. So you can debug the Docker within the Docker image. Oh, okay. Now we are in the Docker, and then now let's go to the extra folder. You will see, yeah, the binary file we just create. Okay. To run it is very easy. Just run different post-processing, pre-processing, copy. Oh, so now you see an error. Okay. So you say could not find version 9.6 for Matlab runtime. What it is. Okay. So first, the Docker may be made years ago, like this Docker was made several years ago. So currently I'm using Matlab 2019, and the version is probably too new. So if I just Google these keywords, then you will see this link tells you the mapping of the runtime. Okay, I'm using Matlab 2019. You can see Matlab 2019A. So the runtime is 9.6. So it has the error message say, well, the runtime currently, we cannot find the 9.6. Okay. Then how can we find the runtime? Let me see how to find Matlab runtime Ubuntu. Okay. Let's see. So there is a command I remember. Okay, so Linux, it's in this location. User local Matlab runtime. And then let me check which runtime do I have. Okay. Let me see. Okay. The runtime I have is V901. Okay. And then go back to C. Oh, 901 is Matlab R 2016A. So now what you need to do is to install the 2016 Matlab to use this Docker, or you can change the Docker file to update the runtime to Matlab 2009. But I personally suggest you install the older version of Matlab, because if you buy one version, you basically have all versions. Okay, so let's go to Matlab You can see I already installed 2016A. Okay, so now let me do that. So let me first delete the original binary file. Let's go to the desktop debug. Let me delete this guy. Okay, delete and delete it from the Matlab source file. Delete, and let me regenerate the binary file. Okay, so let's go to desktop, Matlab 2016. Oh, it's R 2016 binary. Okay, so let's run it. Okay, so now since I would suggest you just to use 2016 for the binary purpose. You don't actually need to debug it. I made all the debug update in 2019. So now I just need to run the Matlab no desktop. Okay, so I just use their command line. It should be good enough. No desktop, so that I don't have to Matlab desktop. Oh, okay. So let me see. Maybe I use the wrong command. Let me stop this terminal. Close. Google Matlab no desktop. Launch without desktop. What's the no desktop? Okay. Then you try it again. CD desktop Matlab R 2016B. Okay, so Matlab. Matlab. Paste no desktop. Okay. Now it's 2016 Matlab, no desktop. Okay. So again, we just need to go to this one, this folder. We get the folder from here. CD. Remember, MCC-N, run deep learning, pre-processing, copy. Okay, same thing. Now you will see a binary file happen here. Okay. Yeah, still running. And when finished, you will have a Matlab 2016 version binary file, which can be run in my Docker. Okay. So now again, let me copy this binary file to the extra. Okay. And I just need to go back to, yeah. Remember, I had this error, cannot find the version. And then now let me run the same thing, run pre-processing copy. Okay, magic. You see, these are the information we added to the Matlab code. And then now it's the new Docker. Okay, so let me stop it. You can see if you want to run the entire SLANT Docker with your new stuff, you just change this to copy. Okay, then you can basically run bash run if run set here. Same thing. Now you have all the steps of Docker, or you can even exit, run the SLANT with this .sh file at the end, and you will see the cool sentence. Haha, now I generated a meta file. Okay, so this is the complete story of how to hack a Docker, change this binary file, debug the Matlab or Python file, same thing for Python, For Python, you don't need to build the binary, just put the code in extra. For Matlab, you need one step to build the binary. Okay, hopefully you enjoy this Docker and be able to make your own SLANT version. Thank you for watching.